guys, it's Aja. I'm so excited because today I'm going to be doing a video on how to create a neutral smoky eye, and I will show you how to make it a daytime look and then put it into a nighttime look. I'm doing this because I've gotten so many requests on how to do a smoky eye without looking like I punched myself in the face and getting eyeshadow everywhere. These products that I'm showing you can look intimidating, but I promise it is really, really easy. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start with my brows. My favorite brow pencil is the Micro Brow Pencil from NYX or NYX, however you want to pronounce it is fine. I love it because one half is a spoolie and the other half is the actual product. So I first take the spoolie part and brush through my brow just to make it clean and concise, and then I take the product end, and fill in my brow. I start at the base and stroke upwards with little flicks. Never draw your brow in unless you want to look like Ursula, no worries. So you take it and you mimic hair strokes, and that will fill in your brow. My brows are kind of already filled in, but I was sweating, so I'll fill them in a little more. And then to make them look more precise, I am going to take, I absolutely love Tarte's Shape Tape Concealer. It, as you can probably see, I have a lot of post-acne scarring, and when I use this, it covers it immediately without having to do some sort of crazy concoction to cover these marks. So I take, this doe foot is huge, which I absolutely love, and I'm going to take my 214 by MAC and just grab a little product off of there. Bring this a little closer. And I'm going to actually start right in the middle here and create, just very gently create my arch. I'm using a downward motion so that another really great thing about Shape Tape is that if you have not plucked your eyebrows, it will cover all your little hairs. So I'm going to take a little more product, and I don't typically use for myself. Another reason why I wanted to show this was because it's really easy to do. So when you're doing this on the daily, it takes me maybe 20 minutes to do my face, and it looks like it took a lot more time. So now that I've shaped my brow, I'm going to take some of the Shape Tape and put it on my lid, but I'm not going to do anything with it yet. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I don't typically use primers because sometimes they can change the color of the makeup, the eyeshadow that I'm using. So I just use Flesh Tone concealer and it works just fine. So this is a Real Techniques face brush, and I'm going to just blend in the concealer that I've put on my eye. And what this does is creates a canvas on your eye so that anything you put on it is gonna stay and also be true to color. So now that my eyes are all prepped, I am using the 25B palette from Morphe, and that's how you can recognize it. In the lower right hand corner of the palette will have a number. It does have a name, but I don't remember it, so you can check by the number. It's a neutral cool palette, so the difference between cool and warm is that warmer colors have more of a peach or a red undertone. Cooler colors are gray, tan, all of that jazz. So plums, which are great on brown eyes. So I'm going to take, each color does not have a name on Morphe's palettes, so that's important to know too. I'm going to take my 224 MAC blending brush, and this is fantastic for creating a prime look. And I'm just going to put it in this neutral brown color that's probably like 2 shades darker than my actual skin tone, to start priming the eye. So you always want to start with your crease, getting that neutral prime color in your crease. And I take the brush and just do like a rainbow motion right in the middle of the eye, or a swiping motion is sometimes how I teach people. Just back and forth. And build on that. My eyelids are flat, actually, so I'll show you. I'm going to not flex my face. So if I do not do anything to my face, my eyelids are lost under my crease. Some people have really great eye shape, like think of Marilyn Monroe. She has deeper set eyes, so her eyelids are just shown naturally. I have to create a crease. Where your ocular bone meets your eye, that space there, if you feel onto your eyelid, and it'll create a blind spot if you just sort of gently press. Please don't poke your eye out. And that will create, that's where we want to put this color. Some people think that their crease is where their actual eyes crease. That is not true. So you want to take this color again, just right there in the crease, back and forth. And don't take it all the way to your brow line, but just almost. So now that that prime color has set, I'm using Teddy from MAC. It is a chocolate brown eyeliner. It's one of their eye koals, and I'm taking it, this is so easy. I'm just going to take it and put it on my eyelid, just like this. Spread it all around. You're not actually lining your eye with this eyeliner, you're just putting it on your eyelid. And so it looks a little crazy, but trust me. And do the same thing on the other side. Take it all the way down to your lash line. You want to make sure you get the corners, but don't take it through that color we just laid down. Alright, now I'm going to use my finger and just sort of blend it all onto my eyelid. And this actually, along with the concealer, creates a shadow base. Because of the color that we're using, that's what's really going to, it's a darker color, so it's going to create a smoky look. So already we kind of have a theme going, as you can tell. Now, I don't have a name for this brush, and it's actually really cheap. It came in a kit from years ago. So any flat brush, not synthetic but natural hair, is going to work well. Now I'm going to take another tip. Do not use a sparkly color in your crease. You don't want to do that. Matte colors only. So I'm actually going to take a frosted, just a plum brown, and put that right on my lid. Right on top of where we put the Teddy eye kohl. On both sides, I now have the neutral prime color, the Teddy eye kohl, and then the frosted neutral brown on top. From here, I'm gonna use the same eyeliner, the Teddy eyeliner, and go underneath my eye. I'm putting it on my waterline, which is inside your eye, and then right underneath the lash line too, because we're going to blend it out. Now I'm only taking it for daytime, I'm only taking it about halfway through. I'm not taking it all the way through my eye, and I'm not putting any liner on the top. Now from here you can put your foundation on, your mascara, and go. Of course I'm going to go through everything, but as you can see, that was just a really simple way to do it without you having a lot of fallout, or feeling like you have to take it all off and do it again. So I'm going to do my foundation and then we'll move on. Okay, so I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape and I'm going to go underneath my eye and cover up any major dark marks that I have. So for me, for my skin tone, this happens a lot, and that is I have some grayness around my mouth. Alright, so that looks fun. I'm just going to take that and blend it all out. For spots that I want to cover more, I use a stippling motion, so I pat it in more than I would swipe. So areas that need more coverage, you just pat it because that really just lays the concealer down right where it is and doesn't move it around. Again, I'm just taking it and blending it in before I put the foundation on. So this is going to cover the stuff I really need covered that the foundation won't cover. It's okay if you get foundation and concealer on your lips. It's perfectly fine. The idea with your whole face is you just want to take away all the color. You just want to look dead first. So now I'm going to use Double Wear by Estee Lauder. It's my favorite foundation because I get really, really oily, and it is the only one that keeps me matte all day long. I'm going to use that, just a couple spurts. In the winter time, I would say I'm this fawn color. In the summertime, I am cashew. So you can go to any Ulta, Sephora, Macy's, anywhere that sells Estee Lauder and get your color matched. I'm going to use the It Cosmetics, which is at Ulta, buffing foundation brush. I like it because it's flat. And I'm going to take the foundation and just go over everything else. With long wear foundations like Estee Lauder Double Wear or MAC Pro Long Wear, anything like that, you kind of want to move quickly depending on the formula, because if it dries on your face, it's going to dry right there and you're not going to be able to move it around. So just taking that, covering all over. Definitely take your foundation down into your neck because you don't want to look like you have two different colors. Oh, that one won't. For my foundation, since I already have my concealer on, I just use a circular motion to move it all around. This may or may not look too light, but that's okay, because as you'll see, we're adding other colors onto the face. I do my mascara last because you're going to get powder and everything else in your lashes while you're doing your makeup. That is just something you can't avoid. Alright, so now that I have my foundation on, I'm going to be using the MAC 187. This one's a special edition. It actually came in a holiday kit, but they also have the bigger one for every day. And I'm going to take Studio Fix Powder NC55, which is way too dark for me. That's why it's my bronzer. I'm going to roll it. I don't use normal bronzer. I like full coverage, so everything that I use is full coverage. So I just took it on. It's a dual fiber brush, so there's synthetic and natural hairs. So the top hairs are actually white. I should have shown you that before. But the top hairs are actually white, and they pick up the product, and the bottom hairs of the brush help buff it in. And when you're putting on bronzer, you do a 3 motion. So you want to take it like that. But you do it in sections. So while I'm letting the rest of the foundation on my face dry, I'm just doing the areas that need bronzed. Don't take your bronzer all the way through, just about to where your brow ends, because that's also your contour, also can be your contour. We could go deeper into contour, but this look is really meant to be something that you can do every day, like before work. Okay, now that I've done my bronzer, I'm going to take Studio Fix powder again in C7, that is my color. And any face brush is fine for this, but I'm just going to put it all over, excluding the areas that we just bronzed. So target everywhere else. And down in your neck, don't forget that. So see, that foundation probably looked a little lighter than the rest of my body, but that's okay because we're putting color back into the skin. All right, so now I'm going to take, I think that you pronounce this Jouer. It's Jouer. It's a French company, and it's their highlighter in rose gold. And this brush from Real Techniques is called a contour brush, but I think it's better for highlight, because you want to target your highlight right above where your blush goes. So I'm just going to take it and put it in a C, like right underneath my brow and right above my cheekbone. I'm also going to take it just for a quick, again, we're thinking of every day you're getting ready to go to work and you want to look like you've done something really great with your face, but it only took you a short time. So I'm taking what's left on this brush and just going down the verge of my nose and right above my lip. Now I'm taking a MAC blush called Sur. You can't get it anymore. However, any blush that's a neutral tone, not too orange, not too peachy, not too pink, is gonna be good. So something that's like a mauve tone or has a brown undertone, that's gonna be best. And I'm using from Aesthetica. I actually got this in one of my BoxyCharm boxes, so it's definitely worth it. It's their P12 brush, and so it is shaped almost like an egg, which I think is perfect for putting on your blush. So I start blush here so that you don't look like Mimi Bobek. I start here because you don't want the apples of your cheeks to be too rosy. That's really old school. So take it where you put your contour and sort of buff it towards the apples of your cheeks. That also creates the look of having a higher cheekbone, and it helps your blush be part of your contour without having to add more product. Same thing. And this is neutral. This color is neutral enough that it's buildable. If I had something that was darker, you would not want to utilize that going back into the product and coming back out. You wouldn't want to do that. All right. So now I'm going to go in with mascara. I won't lie, I naturally do have a lot of lash. However, I don't have a lot of volume. My lashes are long but not voluminous. So I use a combination of mascaras to create the look that that I'm looking for right now. So my old go-to was Better Than Sex from Too Faced Cosmetics. I really like, see if we can get this here. It has like an hourglass shape. The wand does. I don't like plastic wands. I only like fiber wands. Plastic wands just don't give me the volume I'm looking for. But right now, which is this is another mascara that I got in my BoxyCharm box. It's called Big Ego, also by Tarte. It has the same hourglass shape as the Better Than Sex, but I think I like the formula more. And so I'm going to take the mascara and go to the base of my lashes and wiggle up. You can wiggle up, you can blink into it. But what's great about it is it's buildable. When you need to go back in and pick up more product, swirl. Never ever pump your mascara. Fun fact, mascara is made out of bat poop. So you don't want to get air into the tube. You don't want to get air into the tube because then that creates bacteria and cannot let it last as long. Same thing on the other eye. I'm just going to touch my bottom lashes. We don't really want a lot of product because we're not done down there. Now that same blending brush, that 224 from MAC that you used in the crease of your eye, you'll just take right underneath and kind of blend that eyeliner. It creates a smoldering look around your eyes, so it looks more smoky. And from there, I'm going to put the second mascara on. So I use 2 mascaras every day. And this one is by MAC. It's called Extended Play Giga Black. It's very, very tiny. So what I like about that, the brush is really, really small. So you can get every single lash. So you have little lashes in each corner that you don't really get with a big brush, and this brush is going to get all of that. And it's also really great for bottom lashes. So I'm going to take that and go on top of the mascara that I just put on. Some people don't like a spider lash look. I do. This is how it should look when you're going out for the day. One simple step is going to make it look like you're ready for nighttime. So I am taking this 221 by MAC Cosmetics, and it is just a tighter version of the 224. It's also white, but that doesn't matter. So I'm taking a deep, deep matte plum, and I'm just going to swirl that on my brush. Right on the tip. Where you put that neutral brown color when we first started, this is where you're going to tight line this plum color. So right, do not blend it out, but just put it right in the center and go back and forth just like you did with that brown. Same thing, other eye. What I also really love to do is use eyeshadow as eyeliner too. So I'm going to show you again how to amp it up. Alright, so that adds a little more drama. Now you could leave it there, or take your teddy again In your waterline, go all the way in. If you're bold, you can put it above. My sensory issues I don't have a sensory issue with putting that there, but some people can't do that, so I don't want you to poke yourself in the eye. But it really does add drama, putting it above and below. Now I put it in the lash line, and I'm going to take it under my lashes. Don't worry, this is not ruining your mascara. I am not going to put this brush in any more product. I'm going to use what's left over and go right underneath. And blend that out, that eyeliner that you just put under there. Blend it out. I'm going to go over my lashes again because we just used eyeshadow near them, because I like really, really dark black eyelashes. So I'm just touching them once more. Again, the more depth that you use creates a more smoky look. All right, and you've just gone from day to night. There's plenty of drama added with just using one eyeshadow and a little more liner. So easily when you come home from work, you can just retouch up your blush, add that color, add some liner, redo your lips, you're good to go. Takes you like 5 minutes to change the look. I hope you enjoyed it.